Welcome everybody, this is Alan with Daily Armor of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. This is Reading the Bible in 123 days. We're on day 27, and then today we'll be reading Joshua 17:4. So we're getting into the territory division. And I just want to say before I start reading is it's always good when you're reading this, if you're either reading this on your own or listening to someone read it, or whatever the case may be, to have open another tab or on your phone or whatever you're doing, have open a map. Like just search up old maps, or even search the territories of the 12 tribes of Israel. And there's some good ones out there that show like all the borders and whatnot of each tribe, and that will help a bit to get a picture in your mind from what we're reading about the territories. Because if you just go into it blind, like I did the first time I read the Bible, I'm just like, okay, yeah, what does all this mean? Because I never looked up a map to see. So that's why I recommend looking at a map either while you're listening, while you're reading, maybe refer to it while you're reading, and that will help give you a better picture. But anyway, let's continue on in Joshua 17, verse 1. There was also a lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, to wit, for Machir the firstborn of Manasseh, father of Gilead, because he was a man of war, therefore he had Gilead and Bashan. There was also a lot for the rest of the children of Manasseh by their families, for the children of Abiezer, for the children of Helek, and for the children of Asriel, and for the children of Shechem, and for the children of Hefer, and for the children of Shemida. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, by their families. The Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons but daughters. And these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Haglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They came near before Eleazar the priest, and before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the princes, saying, Yahweh commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brethren. Therefore, according to the commandment of Yahweh, he gave them an inheritance among the brethren of their father. And there fell 10 portions to Manasseh, beside the land of Gilead and Bashan, which were on the other side Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh had an inheritance among his sons, and the rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilead. And the coast of Manasseh was from Asher to Michmethah, that lieth before Shechem, and the border went along the right hand unto the inhabitants of Tappuah. Now Manasseh had the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim. And the coast descended into the river Kanah, southward of the river. These cities of Ephraim are among the cities of Manasseh. The coast of Manasseh also was on the north side of the river, and the outgoings of it were at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's. And the sea is his border, and they met together in Asher on the north, and in Issachar on the east. Manasseh had in Issachar and in Asher Bethshean and her towns, and Ibleam and her towns, and the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Endor and her towns, the inhabitants of Tanakh and her towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, even 3 countries. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. And it came to pass when the children of Israel were waxen strong that they put the Canaanites to tribute, but did not utterly drive them out. This will come back to bite them a little bit later. A little bit. This will come back to bite them really big later on. The children of Joseph spake unto Joshua, saying, Why hast thou given me but one lot and one portion to inherit, seeing I am a great people, for as much as Yahweh hath blessed me hitherto? Joshua answered them, If thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country, and cut down for thyself there in the land of the Pezerites and of the giants, if Mount Ephraim be too narrow for thee. And the children of Joseph said, The hill is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites that dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron, both they who are of Bethshean and her towns, they who are of the valley of Jezreel. Joshua spake unto the house of Joseph, saying, even to Ephraim and to Manasseh, saying, Thou art a great people and hast great power. Thou shalt not have one lot only. But the mountain shall be thine, for it is a wood, and thou shalt cut it down, and the outgoings of it shall be thine. And thou shalt drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots, and though they be strong. Joshua 18. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there. And the land was subdued before them. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. Joshua said unto the children of Israel, How long are ye slack to go to possess the land which Yahweh God of your fathers has given you? Give out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall rise and go through the land, and describe it according to the inheritance of them, and they shall come again to me. They shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall abide in their coast on the south, and the house of Joseph shall abide in their coasts on the north. Ye shall therefore describe the land into 7 parts, and bring the description hither to me, that I may cast lots for you here before Yahweh our God. The Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of Yahweh is their inheritance, and Gad and Reuben and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. Beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses the servant of Yahweh gave them. And the men arose and went away, and Joshua charged them that went out to describe the land, saying, Go and walk through the land and describe it, and come again to me, that I may here cast lots for you before Yahweh in Shiloh. And the men went and passed through the land, and described it by cities into 7 parts in a book, and came again to Joshua to the host at Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before Yahweh, and there Joshua divided the land unto the children of Israel according to their divisions. And the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. And the coast of their lot came forth between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And their border on the north side was from Jordan, and the border went up the side of Jericho on the north side, and went up through the mountains westward, and the goings out thereof were at the wilderness of Bethaven. And the border went over from thence toward Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and the border descended to Atarothadar, near the hill that lieth on the south side of the nether Bethhoron. Border was drawn thence, and compassed the corner of the sea southward, from the hill that lieth before Bethhoron southward, and the goings out thereof were at Kirjath-baal, which is Kirjath-jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west quarter. And the south quarter was from the end of Kirjath-jearim at the border, went out on the west, and went out to the well of waters of Nephtoah. And the border came down to the end of the mountain that lieth before the valley of the son of Hinnom, and which is in the valley of the giants of the north, and descended to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of Jebusi on the south, and descended to Enrogel. And was drawn from the north, and went forth to En-shemesh, and went forward toward Geliloth, which is over against the going of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Bohan the son of Reuben, and passed along toward the side over against Arabah northward, and went down unto Arabah, and the border passed along the side of Beth-hoglah northward, and the outgoings of the border were at the north bay of the salt sea at the south end of Jordan. This was the south coast. Jordan was the border of it on the east side, and this was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, by the coast thereof round about, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin according to their families were Jericho, and Beth-hoglah, and the valley of Keziz, and Beth-arabah, and Zemaraim, and Bethel, and Avim, and Para, and Ophrah, and Chephar Hamonai, and Ophni, and Gaba, 12 cities with their villages. Gibeon and Ramah and Beeroth, and Mizpah and Chephirah, and Moza, and Rechem, and Erpeel, and Taralah, and Zelah, Eleph, and Jebusi, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath, and Kirjath, 14 cities and their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. Joshua 19. And the second lot came forth to Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families, and the inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. And they had in their inheritance Beersheba, or Sheba, and Moladah, and Hazar-Shul, and Bala, and Azem, and Eltolad, and Bethel, and Hormach, and Ziklag, and Beth Markaboth, and Hazar-Shuasah, and Beth Leboath, and Sharuhen, 13 cities and their villages. Ain, Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities and their villages, and all the villages that were round about these cities to Baaleth Beer, Ramoth of the south. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Simeon according to their families. Out of the portion of the children of Judah was the inheritance of the children of Simeon, for the part of the children of Judah was too much for them. Therefore the children of Simeon had their inheritance within the inheritance of them. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun according to their families, and the border of their inheritance was unto Sarid. And their border went up toward the sea, and Maralah, and reached to Dabasheth, and reached to the river that is before Jokneam, and turned from Sarid eastward toward the sun rising unto the border of Trisloth Tabor, and then goeth out to Deberath, and goeth up to Japhia, and from thence passeth along the east to Geteheper, to Itan Kazin, and goeth out to Ramon Methor Tania. The border compasseth it on the north side to Hanathon, and the outgoings thereof are the valley of Jibthahel, Katath, and Nathanal, and Shimron, and Idalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Zebulun according to their families, these cities with their villages. The fourth lot came out to Issachar, for the children of Issachar according to their families, and their border was toward Jezreel, and Sheshaloth, and Shunem, and Hapharaim, and Shion, and Anaharath, and Rabbith, and Kishion, and Abez, and Remeth, and Enganim, and Enhada, and Beth-Pazez. The coast reaches to Tabor, and Shahazimah, and Beth-Shemesh, and the outgoings of their border were at Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Issachar, according to their families, the cities and their villages. And the fifth lot came out for the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families. In their border was Helkath, and Hali, and Beten, and Akshaph, and Alamech, and Amad, and Mishiel, and reacheth to Carmel westward, and to Shihor-Libnath, and turned toward the sun rising to Beth Dagon, and reacheth to Zebulun, and to the valley of Jibthanael, toward the north side of Bethemech, and Neil, and goeth out to Kabul on the left hand, and Hebron, and Rahab, and Haman, and Cana, even unto great Zidon. And then the coast turneth to Ramah, and to the strong city Tyre, and the coast turneth to Hosa, and the outgoings thereof are at the sea from the coast of Akzib. Ummah also, and Aphek, and Rehob, 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Asher, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot came out to the children of Naphtali, even for the children of Naphtali, according to their families. And their coast was from Heleph, from Alon to Zananim, and Admi, Nekeb, and Jabneel, unto Lakum, and the outgoings thereof were out to Jordan. And the coast turneth westward to Asnoth Tabor, and goeth out from thence to Hukok, and reacheth to Zebulun on the south side, and reacheth to Asher on the west side, and Judah upon Jordan toward the sun rising. And the fenced cities are Ziddim, Zer, and Hamath, Rakath, and Chinrath, and Adamah, and Ramah, and Hazor, and Kadesh, and Edrei, and En Hazor, and Iron, and Migdaleel, and Horem, and Beth Hanath, Beth Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. A seventh lot came out for the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families. And the east coast of their inheritance was Zorah, and Eshtaol, and Shemesh, and Shaalabim, and Ajalon, and Jethlah, and Elon, and Thimnathah, and Ekron, and Eltekeh, and Gibbethon, and Baalath, and Jehud, and Beneberak, and Gath-Rimmon, and Medjakaron, and Rakon, with the border before Joppo. And the coast of the children of Dan went out too little for them, therefore the children of Dan went up to fight against Leshem, and took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and dwelt therein, and called Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan their father. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Dan, according to their families, these cities with their villages. When they had made an end of dividing the land for inheritance by their coasts, the children of Israel gave an inheritance to Joshua the son of Nun among them. According to the word of Yahweh, they gave him the city which he asked, even Timnath-serah in Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. These are the inheritances which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel divided for an inheritance by lot in Shiloh before Yahweh, at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So they made an end of dividing the country. Joshua 20. Yahweh also spake unto Joshua, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spake unto you by the hand of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. When he that doth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up into the hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hated him not beforetime. And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return, and come unto his own city, unto his own house, unto the city from whence he fled. And they appointed Kadesh and Galil in Mount Naphtali, and Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and Kirjatharba, which is Hebron, in the Mount of Judah. And on the other side Jordan by Jericho eastward they assigned Bezer in the wilderness, upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth and Gilead out of the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them, that whosoever killeth any person unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation. Joshua 21. Then came near the heads of the fathers of the Levites unto Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and unto the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And they spake unto them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moses to give us cities to dwell in, the suburbs thereof for our cattle. And the children of Israel gave unto the Levites out of their inheritance at the commandment of Yahweh these cities and their suburbs. A lot came out for the families of the Kohathites, and the children of Aaron the priest, which were of the Levites, had by lot out of the tribe of Judah, and out of the tribe of Simeon, and out of the tribe of Benjamin, 13 cities. And the rest of the children of Kohath had by lot out of the families of the tribe of Ephraim, out of the tribe of Dan, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh, 10 cities. The children of Gershon had by lot out of the families of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Asher, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh, in Bashan, 13 cities. The children of Merari by their families had the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zebulun, 12 cities. The children of Israel gave by lot unto the Levites these cities with their suburbs, as Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moses. And they gave out of the tribe of the children of Judah, and out of the tribe of the children of Simeon, these cities which are here mentioned by name, which the children of Aaron, being the families of the Kohathites, who were the children of Levi, had, for theirs was the first lot, and they gave them the city of Arba, the father of Anak, which is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, with the suburbs thereof round about. But the fields of the city and the villages thereof gave they to Caleb the son of Jephunneh for his possession. Thus they gave to the children of Aaron the priest Hebron with her suburbs to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Libnah with her suburbs, and Jatir with her suburbs, and Eshtemoa with her suburbs, and Holon with her suburbs, and Debir with her suburbs, and Ain with her suburbs, and Juttah with her suburbs, and Beth Shemesh with her suburbs, 9 cities out of those 2 tribes, and out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with her suburbs, Geba with her suburbs, Anathoth with her suburbs, and Almon with her suburbs, 4 cities. All the cities of the children of Aaron, the priests, were 13 cities with their suburbs. And the families of the children of Kohath, of the Levites, which remained of the children of Kohath, even they had the cities of their lot out of the tribe of Ephraim. For they gave them Shechem with her suburbs and Mount Ephraim to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Gezer with her suburbs, and Kibzaim with her suburbs, and Beth Horon with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Dan, El-Tekeh with her suburbs, Gibbethon with her suburbs, Aijalon with her suburbs, Gath-Rimmon with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with her suburbs, and Gath-Rimmon with her suburbs, 2 cities. All the cities were 10 with their suburbs for the families of the children of Kohath that remained. And unto the children of Gershon of the families of the Levites, out of the other half of the tribe of Manasseh, they gave Golan and Bashan with her suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Beth-Terah with her suburbs, 2 cities. And out of the tribe of Issachar, Kishon with her suburbs, Debarah with her suburbs, Jarmuth with her suburbs, Enganim with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Asher, Mishah with her suburbs, Abdon with her suburbs, Helkath with her suburbs, and Rehob with her suburbs, 4 cities. Out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh in Galilee with her suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Hamath-dor with her suburbs, and Kartan with her suburbs, 3 cities. All the cities of the Gershonites according to their families were 13 cities with their suburbs. And unto the families of the children and to the families of the children of Merari, the rest of the Levites, after the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with her suburbs, and Kartah with her suburbs, Dimnah with her suburbs, Nahalal with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out to the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with her suburbs, Jahaz with her suburbs, Kedemoth with her suburbs, and Methpath with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth and Gilead with her suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, Manahaim with her suburbs, Heshbon with her suburbs, Jazer with her suburbs, 4 cities in all. So all the cities of the children of Merari by their families which remained of the families of the Levites were by their lot 12 cities. All the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities with their suburbs. These cities were every one with their suburbs round about them. Thus were all these cities. And Yahweh gave unto Israel all the land which he sware to give unto their fathers, and they possessed it and dwelt therein. And Yahweh gave them rest round about according to all that he sware unto their fathers, and there stood not a man of all their enemies before them. Yahweh delivered all their enemies into their hand. There failed not aught of any good thing which Yahweh had spoken unto the house of Israel. All came to pass. Joshua 22. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and said unto them, Ye have kept all that Moses the servant of Yahweh commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. Ye have not left your brethren these many days unto this day, but have kept the charge of the commandment of Yahweh your God, And now Yahweh your God hath given rest unto your brethren, as he promised them. Therefore now return ye, and get you into your tents, and unto the land of your possession, which Moses the servant of Yahweh gave you on the other side Jordan. But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law which Moses the servant of Yahweh charged you, to love Yahweh your God, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. So Joshua blessed them, and sent them away, and they went unto their tents. Now to the one half of the tribe of Manasseh Moses had given possession in Bashan, but unto the other half thereof gave Joshua among their brethren on this side Jordan westward. And when Joshua sent them away also unto their tents, he blessed them. And he spake unto them, saying, Return with much riches unto your tents, and with very much cattle, with silver, and with gold, and with brass, and with iron, and very much raiment. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brethren. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh returned and departed from the children of Israel out of Shiloh, which is the land of Canaan, to go into the country of Gilead, to the land of their possession, whereof they were possessed, according to the word of Yahweh by the hand of Moses. When they came unto the borders of Jordan, that are in the land of Canaan, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by Jordan, a great altar to see to. And the children of Israel heard say, Behold, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half tribe of Manasseh have built an altar over against the land of Canaan and the borders of Jordan at the passage of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered themselves together at Shiloh to go up to war against them. And the children of Israel sent unto the children of Reuben, and to the children of Gad, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, and to the land of Gilead, Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest, and with him 10 princes, of each chief house a prince throughout all the tribes of Israel, and each one was a head of the house of their fathers among the thousands of Israel. And they came unto the children of Reuben, and to the children of Gad, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, unto the land of Gilead, and they spake with them, saying, Thus saith the whole congregation of Yahweh, What trespass is this that ye have committed against the God of Israel, to turn away this day from following Yahweh, and that ye have builded you an altar that ye might rebel this day against Yahweh? Is the iniquity of Peor too little for us, from which we are not cleansed unto this day, although there was a plague in the congregation of Yahweh, but that ye must turn away this day from following Yahweh? And it will be seen ye rebel today against Yahweh, that tomorrow he will be wroth with the whole congregation of Israel. Notwithstanding, if the land of your possession be unclean, then pass ye over unto the land of the possession of Yahweh, wherein Yahweh's tabernacle dwelleth, and take possession among us. But rebel not against Yahweh, nor rebel against us in the building you an altar beside the altar of Yahweh our God. Did not Achan the son of Zerah commit a trespass in the accursed thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel? And that man perished not alone in his iniquity. Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh answered and said unto the heads of the thousands of Israel, Yahweh, God of gods, Yahweh, God of gods, he knoweth, and Israel shall know, if it be in rebellion or if it be in transgression against Yahweh, save us not this day, that we have built us an altar to turn from following Yahweh, or if to offer thereon burnt offering or meat offering, or if to offer peace offerings thereon, let Yahweh himself require it. And if we have not rather done it for fear of this thing, saying, In time to come your children might speak unto our children, saying, What have ye to do with Yahweh, God of Israel? For Yahweh hath made Jordan a border between us and you, ye children of Reuben and children of Gad. Ye have no part in Yahweh, so shall your children make our children cease from fearing Yahweh. Therefore we said, Let us not prepare to build us an altar, not for burnt offering, nor for sacrifice, but that it may be a witness between us and you and our generations after us, that we might do the service of Yahweh before him with our burnt offerings, and with our sacrifices, and with our peace offerings, that your children may not say to our children in time to come, Ye have no part in Yahweh. Therefore said we that it shall be when they should say so say to us, or to our generations in time to come, that we may say again, Behold, the pattern of the altar of Yahweh, which our fathers made, not for burnt offerings, nor for sacrifices, but it is a witness between us and you. God forbid that we should rebel against Yahweh, and turn this day from following Yahweh, to build an altar for burnt offerings, for meat offerings, or for sacrifices, beside the altar of Yahweh our God that is before his tabernacle. And when Phinehas the priest and the princes of the congregation and heads of the thousands of Israel which were with him heard the words that the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the children of Manasseh spake, it pleased them. And Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest said unto the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the children of Manasseh, This day we perceive that Yahweh is among us, because ye have not committed this trespass against Yahweh. Now ye have delivered the children of Israel out of the hand of Yahweh. Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest and the princes returned from the children of Reuben and from the children of Gad out of the land of Gilead unto the land of Canaan to the children of Israel, and brought them word again. And the thing pleased the children of Israel, and the children of Israel blessed God, and did not intend to go up against them in battle, to destroy the land wherein the children of Reuben and Gad dwelt. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the altar Id, for it shall be a witness between us that Yahweh is God. Joshua 23. And it came to pass a long time after that Yahweh had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. Joshua called for all Israel, and for all their elders, and for all their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age, and ye have seen all that Yahweh your God hath done unto these nations because of you, for Yahweh your God is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain to be an inheritance for your tribes from Jordan, with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And Yahweh your God, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them out from your sight, and you shall possess their land as Yahweh your God hath promised unto you. Be therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye may turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left, that ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them, but cleave unto Yahweh your God, as ye have done unto this day. For Yahweh hath driven out from before you great nations and strong, but as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you unto this day. 1 man of you shall chase 1,000, for Yahweh your God, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves, that ye love Yahweh your God. Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you, know for a certainty that Yahweh your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, for they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your side, and thorns in your eye, until you perish from off this good land which Yahweh your God hath given you. Reading this, knowing what we know, if you've read the Bible before, then reading this verse here is actually kind of sad. Because it's kind of amazing too at the same time, because we see this actually happening, which is sad, but it's just more proof that the Bible is real. It's predicted all the way back here, and what happens later on, this exact thing, and worse. Joshua 23:14. And behold, this day I am going the way of all the earth, and ye know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing hath failed of all the good things which Yahweh your God spake concerning you. All are come to pass unto you, and not one thing hath failed thereof. Therefore it shall come to pass, as all good things are come upon you, which Yahweh your God promised you, so shall Yahweh bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land, which Yahweh your God hath given you. When ye have transgressed the covenant of Yahweh your God, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourselves to them, then shall the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you. Ye shall perish quickly from off the good land which he hath given unto you. Joshua 24. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and they presented themselves before God. And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus saith Yahweh, God of Israel, Your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, and they served other gods. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau, and I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. I sent Moses also and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt, according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out. And I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came unto the sea, and the Egyptians pursued after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto Yahweh, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt, and ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwell on the other side Jordan. And they fought with you, and I gave them into your hand, that you may possess their land, and I destroyed them from before you. Then Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam the son of Beor to curse you. But I would not hearken unto Balaam, therefore he blessed you still. So I delivered you out of his hand. And you went over Jordan, and came unto Jericho. And the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I delivered them into your hand. I sent the hornet before you, which drave them out from before you, even the 2 kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwell in them. Of the vineyards and olive yards which ye planted not do you eat. Now therefore fear Yahweh, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake Yahweh to serve other gods. For Yahweh our God, he it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed. Yahweh drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we also serve Yahweh, for he is our God. And Joshua said unto the people, Ye cannot serve Yahweh, for he is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. If ye forsake Yahweh and serve strange gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you after that he hath done you good. And the people said unto Joshua, Nay, but we will serve Yahweh. Joshua said unto the people, Ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen you Yahweh to serve him. And they said, We are witnesses. Now therefore put away, said he, the strange gods which are among you, and incline your heart unto Yahweh, God of Israel. And the people said unto Joshua, Yahweh our God will we serve, and his voice will we obey. So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and sent them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of God, and took a great stone, and set it up there under an oak that was by the sanctuary of Yahweh. And Joshua said unto all the people, Behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of Yahweh which he spake unto us. It shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest ye deny your God. So Joshua let the people depart, every man into his inheritance. And it came to pass after these things that Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Yahweh, died, being 110 years old. They buried him in the border of his inheritance, Timnath Serah, which is in Mount Ephraim on the north side of the hill of Gash. And Israel served Yahweh all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that overlived Joshua, and which had known all the works of Yahweh that he had done for Israel. The bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel brought up out of Egypt, buried they in Shechem, in a parcel of ground which Jacob bought of the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver, and it became the inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar the son of Aaron died, and they buried him in a hill that pertained to Phinehas his son, which was given him in Mount Ephraim. Well, kind of a sad note to stop on. Yeah. Sad note, but it's time to move on to Judges, right? It is time. So tomorrow we'll be doing that, God willingly. So, I just think it's interesting what we see here. Right here. It says that, Israel did serve Yahweh all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders that overlived Joshua, which had known the works of Yahweh that he had done for Israel. But what's sad is we're going to see here in Judges all the different things that happens in Judges. We're going to see a pattern of them falling from God, serving other gods, going into captivity, being killed with the sword, with the pestilence, and with the plague and all that stuff. And then we see them repent of their sins, and God selects a judge to come in and save them, essentially. And then they'll do good for a bit, they'll fall away again. And the process repeats over and over again, and it's sad to see. And it's even more sad when we consider once they actually get kings, it's just another pattern. There'll be some good kings, but there's more evil, wicked kings than there are good kings, and then they just fall further and further away until God's wrath is kindled so fiercely that he does exactly what he says in all these chapters we've been reading. He sends them into captivity, far away, Babylon, and they have to worship their strange gods. They're already worshiping strange gods, but now they have to worship their captors' gods. And what do we see happen then? They're in captivity for a long time in Babylon, but we see God still have mercy on them. They repent of what they've done. They're brought back into the land. So, God doesn't cast them away. Yes, they do some evil, wicked abominations and sins. But we should learn from their mistakes and not make these mistakes ourselves, because God has given us the Bible that we can read now. Back then they didn't have the whole entire Bible. They didn't have someone they could learn from. Example, reading it and seeing what happens to those who disobey the voice of God. So we are blessed now in the age we're living in that we get to read the whole Bible as it is, God's preserved word, and learn from all the mistakes that are in it. Mistakes mean the mistakes people have made in their lives, and learn from it and grow as true followers of Christ. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great evening, morning, noon, wherever you're at. Remember to put God first in everything you do. Have faith in him, trust in him, and wait upon him. You'll never be sorry. And like I said, God willingly, we'll see you tomorrow with the start of Judges. So thanks and take care.